Joining us today is Ben Berliner, a data strategist and cloud analytics expert with a passion for automation and scalable solutions. With experience across ad tech, martech, and enterprise cloud platforms, Ben has helped major companies streamline workflows and enhance data governance. In this conversation, he shares insights into data driven decision making and the evolving role of automation in business intelligence. Ben, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right, so we'll jump right into the questions. What moment in your career has taught you the most?
One of the biggest learning moments in my career was when I automated a comprehensive end-to-end data integrity reporting system. Originally, this was a manual process that took 30 to 60 minutes each morning and often caused delays in identifying discrepancies. I built an automated pipeline that handled everything from collecting raw data via API connections, processing it into tables, analyzing it for discrepancies, and flagging any issues, to automatically distributing a polished report by email to key stakeholders. This ensured immediate visibility into data health across multiple teams, including executive leadership, operations, and technical departments. By leveraging AWS Lambda, Athena, and Python, I not only saved time, but also created a scalable, reliable solution that became an essential part of daily operations. This experience reinforced two key lessons. One, process automation isn't just a convenience, it's a necessity for scaling operations and reducing human error. And two, proactive problem solving makes you highly valuable to any organization. By identifying inefficiencies and fixing them, I became a go-to resource for streamlining processes. It also shaped how I approach work today, always looking for ways to improve efficiency, whether through automation, data insights, or strategic thinking.
That's outstanding stuff. Very valuable for any size organization as well. So, outstanding. When your colleagues or team members describe you, what three words do they consistently use?
All right. So first, I'd say they'd use analytical. I have strong ability to dive deep into data, uncover patterns, and translate them into actual insights. Two, they'd say problem solver, whether it's troubleshooting a technical issue, optimizing a workflow, or figuring out why a data set looks off. I enjoy tackling challenges head on. And three, I'd say reliable. If there's an issue that needs fixing, I'll stay on it until it's resolved. I've built a reputation for being someone who gets things done and can be counted on in high stakes situations.
Very good. Those are good things to have. Outside of your professional achievements, what passion project or personal interest has taught you skills that make you better at what you do?
Sudoku has surprisingly sharpened my problem solving skills in a way that applies to my professional work. The structured logic, pattern recognition, and iterative elimination process directly mirror how I approach debugging queries, identifying data inconsistencies, or optimizing workflows. Additionally, my role as VP of programming at my synagogue's board taught me about leadership in a volunteer setting where motivating people requires influence rather than authority. It strengthened my ability to communicate, align stakeholders, and drive initiatives, skills that are just as critical in corporate settings.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. It's amazing how often those personal passions or the volunteer work we do really can impact us from a corporate perspective or from a business perspective, I guess is a better way to put it. That's great. Can you tell me about a mentor?
All right. So one of the biggest influences on my career has been my uncle, Adam Moscow. From the very beginning, he has been my go-to person for career advice, interview prep, and even negotiation strategies. He's always taken the time to listen, offer feedback, and check in on my progress, not just during big career moves, but throughout the day-to-day challenges as well. More than anything, he's taught me the value of preparation, perseverance, and making strategic career moves. Whether I was navigating a job search, dealing with workplace dynamics, or thinking through my long-term goals, he has always been there as a steady guide. I'm incredibly grateful to have had him as a supportive figure. And I strive to pay that forward by being a resource for others as well.
I think that's the best part of what you can learn from mentors, how you can then turn around and help mentor others. So that's a great, great influence for you. What book or podcast has meant something to you?
Actually, there's two books that really stuck with me. One was The 4 Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, and the second is Disrupted by Dan Lyons, both for two very different reasons. So the 4 Hour Work Week opened my eyes to the power of efficiency, automation, and focusing on high impact work. It's not about working less, but about working smarter, leveraging tools, processes, and prioritization to maximize meaningful output instead of getting bogged down in busy work. That mindset has stayed with me throughout my career, whether I'm automating workflows, optimizing data systems, or streamlining reporting processes. And Disrupted is the story of a longtime journalist who gets laid off and transitions into a fast growing tech startup, only to find himself completely out of sync with the company's culture. Both a humorous and eye opening take on how work environments can be dramatically different, even in the same industry. What resonated with me was how cultural fit matters just as much as skills. Being in the right environment can make all the difference in how successful and fulfilled you are in a role. That's something I've learned to be mindful of in my own career, seeking out workplaces where I can bring the most value while also thriving professionally.
I think that's very important. And part of the reason we have this podcast series is because it helps show your culture, your ethics, your mindset so that prospective employers can make sure that you're a good fit. And instead of finding it out 3 interviews in, you can now be able to know that right up front. So that's really important lesson. If you could spend a day learning from anyone, living or historical, who would that be and why?
So I'd love to spend a day with Ben Franklin, not just because I grew up in Philadelphia, but because he was the original life hacker. He was, he was obsessed with efficiency, productivity, and self-improvement, constantly experimenting with better ways to work and live. His structured approach to time management, curiosity-driven innovation, and ability to balance scientific discovery with practical business sense is something I deeply admire. I have a couple others if that's okay.
Sure, absolutely. This is your day, babe.
Fantastic. Another person I'd love to learn from is Claude Shannon. He's the father of information theory. He laid the foundation for how data is stored, transmitted, and processed, which has shaped everything from computing to AI. Given my background in marketing, data, and cloud platforms, learning directly from someone who revolutionized information systems would be incredible. And lastly, from a modern perspective, spending a day with Jim Collins would be enlightening. Collins is a business researcher, author, and leadership expert known for his work in identifying what makes companies not just good, but great. His research into disciplined thought, action, and ethical leadership aligns closely with my values. His insights into building enduring, efficient organizations while maintaining a strong moral compass would be invaluable, especially in today's rapidly evolving business landscape.
Those are great. Those are great. I'm a big fan of Good to Great as well as a book. So, great choice there. What do you see as the future of your industry?
So I thought a little bit about this. I see three major trends shaping the future of marketing and cloud data platforms. One is cookieless tracking and privacy first solutions. While the deprecation of third-party cookies has faced delays, we're not sure if that's even going to happen anymore. The industry is still moving toward more privacy conscious approaches. Companies will need to rethink digital attribution and audience measurement with a stronger emphasis on non-cookie identifiers and first-party data strategies. First-party data strategies and new identity solutions will become even more critical. So that's one. Second is automation and AI and data engineering. Cloud platforms are already making automation easier, but AI-powered tools will further accelerate data processing, anomaly detection, and predictive analytics. Companies that don't invest in automation risk being left behind. Thirdly is multi-cloud and hybrid data architectures. Organizations are moving beyond single cloud strategies, integrating AWS, GCP, others, and on-prem solutions. The ability to work seamlessly across multiple environments will be a crucial skill set for data professionals. So I'm excited to be at the intersection of all of these shifts and help companies adapt and innovate in an evolving landscape.
This is outstanding. I think it's really clear that you have an incredible mind for this. So, outstanding stuff. Is there anything you wanted to share before we wrap for the day?
No, thank you so much for having me. This has been a terrific opportunity. It's been great meeting you, Paul, and I really appreciate what MTMG is able to do, and the Connect to Work program seems really, really terrific. So that's it. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Really,
Absolutely.
really
I'm
appreciate it.
glad that you found it valuable, and I'm hopeful, and I'm pretty confident you'll be able to find that next role very quickly. So outstanding stuff. Thanks so much for Ben.
Thank you so much, Paul, and
Take care.
you too.
MTMG, guidance that empowers.